The Columbia, South Carolina shop of Clark Ellefson is devoted to his special brand of lighting.
The style I do is kind of a crossroads between modernism and American craft style. I take a simple modernist style, which is straight lines, then I mix it up with materials such as steel, paper, wood, and then I add little flourishes, hand-touched flourishes.
Bases made of various combinations of steel and wood are paired with shades produced out of decorative paper.
I like different materials, and that may just because I like handling different materials, and I like the qualities that they have. Certainly in my market, my niche market, those kind of materials are desirable.
After being made in this location, the Lewis and Clark postmodern art lamps typically find suitable owners.
It's mostly a craft market, and I sell to individuals, and I also wholesale to galleries that resell to individuals. The price point is for someone who wants to put something in their home or their office, mostly home, mostly residential.
Seeing the finished pieces is pleasurable, but watching them take shape is equally satisfying. Clark came around to making lamps after years of focusing his creative abilities in another direction.
I was doing custom furniture, which I enjoyed, but I wanted a product that I could market out of state and that I could refine. I could stay with the idea a little longer. And I needed something at a lower price point.
It was clear from the beginning that the decision to switch from furniture to lighting was a wise one.
I had a show, and in the years past I would show my furniture here and maybe make a sale and maybe not. And I did a show of some lights and made a lot of sales. I said, well, okay, this is going to work.
Clark settled into a life of primarily making lamps, but for him, the end product was never as important as the steps he takes to get there.
For me, the creative process is just a wonderful thing. It's better than any drug out there. So it really doesn't matter to me if I'm doing lamps or furniture or something else.
From the creative perspective, it's about having an idea, turning that vision into a product, and having it match up with what a potential customer is seeking. He's doing all this now at a time when more and more people want their goods made by someone around the corner, not in a factory halfway around the world.
There's a real fascination with handmade things, and you know, you need color, but you also need a little sparkle, and form is important.
One of the best parts for Clark, and probably for many who buy his lamps, is that there is no separation between his showroom and his workshop.
When you meet the person and get involved, it becomes a personal relationship, and it's just more rewarding. It works for me, and I can, you know, even if I open the door at night when I'm in my studio and people come in and have a good time looking at things and don't buy anything, I still have a great time.
It's part an attempt to provide a look that matches up with what someone in the market for a lamp wants, and partly satisfying Clark's creative desires, but he constantly develops new designs and new looks.
Sometimes I mix some prototypes in with a show to get reactions and see what's going to happen with it.
He's even branching out a bit in hopes of creating new product lines.
I've been playing around with some chandelier designs. You see some of them up here, and I'm going to start trying to market those in a different way. And I like to also get in on the front side of the market in some places, design some things for manufacture.
It once was that 95% of sales came from doing shows on the road, but that is dramatically different now. One change has been the internet and connecting with customers there.
And do onesies, twosies with people all over the country that either have purchased lamps in the past from me or discovered me on the internet.
But the biggest change is this location. It's in the popular Vista, an area that, while it is flourishing now, was a less than attractive part of town when Clark came to this street in 1980.
When I first came down, it was the wrong side of the tracks, and now the tracks are gone, and it's a lot more gentrified. There's a real synergy, so, and it becomes a destination because people go from shop to shop or gallery to gallery.
That has meant a lot, as both the lighting on display and the sight of Clark at work can capture attention in this environment.
Because the neighborhood has changed, I have more people looking in the windows at night, and that brings sales later.
And so Clark's work continues, providing a product that is useful.
It has to meet rules and codes. It has to be able to turn it off and on, and has to fit certain bulbs and things like that.
But a product that at the same time is appealing on an aesthetic level.
I've always liked light. Light's such a wonderful thing. It's so important, and it's very malleable, and it's just delightful to work with.